Some random dude. I hope that was captured. That was really funny.
Alright, kids, you ready for thrills, chills, and kills? Must you say that every time? Yeah,
Let's try
yes,
a different
I must.
loadout, shall we?
Good luck, team.
God damn it, Canada. Why is your weather being so weird this year? Like, most of the summer it was raining like crazy. Now it's fucking September, the what have you, and it feels like it's July. God damn. I gotta say, like, once again, technical improvements from this game compared to the first one, it's just like, with Titanfall 1, you were clearing a round of, like, I think you had like 500 bullets worth of ammo in your gun every time you spawned. But even then, you could still run out of bullets for certain guns, like shotguns and snipers, I found. Whereas with this one, they just said, yeah, fuck it, you have infinite ammo. Like, it doesn't matter. It's why you prioritize gameplay over looks or anything else. Which is, gotta say it, I've been watching a lot of stuff for Marvel Infinite just because it came out recently, and I was really fucking gunning for that game when they first showed it off at PlayStation Experience, and I was just like, god damn, it's true, they're bringing Marvel's coming back, baby. Like, don't say it's dead if it ain't dead, kind of thing. But then all the trailers came out, and it's just like, man, this game kind of looks like, well, it's not, it doesn't look like the worst, it just looks so subpar, and like all the model, like there was a lot of stuff where the faces just looked terrible. Like, if you haven't seen the pictures of original Chun-Li's face, go look those up, because those things are fucking horrible. Yeah, MVP. Nice. Go like this. Go like this. Yeah, I was just looking and it was just like, ooh, woof. Dante looked almost worse in some regards. And it just made me wonder, why did you do this when you had already made, like, good-looking art style for, like, Marvel Ultimate 3? Like, I love the style of Marvel Ultimate 3. I think it looks, really visually good. Like the harsh black lines and stuff like that. Now watching it being played out, especially with the story mode, the real problem is not sort of the visual design. The visual design's still kind of like, not that great. It's the voice work. Some of the voice work in this game is fucking atrocious. And it's weird, because sometimes a character will have a good voice at one point, and then whoever's doing their dub of them just wigs out, and it sounds super weird. Like, there's a point where just Jetta's voice just snaps, and it sounds like a different person is voicing him. Oh boy, fuck me. Well, at least they're dead. Which is a shame because out of all the new characters that got shown off for this game, Jetta's the best because he's got a cool moveset, he's got a cool voice. I haven't seen what his supers look like, and it's just like, hey, that's pretty good, Capcom. You included a Darkstalkers character that's actually pretty cool and not one of the typical ones. Like, obviously, your two front runners will always be Felicia and Morgan. Morgan came back for this game. I will agree with Maximilian. Her face looks fucking weird. Like, it's clean. It's normal. Like, it's trying to go realistic almost, I'd say. Which is weird. Her voice is also all over the place again. And it's just like, what, and especially her accent. That's one thing I always forget with Morgan, is that she's supposed to be Scottish. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. It's weird. It's just, yeah, sometimes my voice is going to be accented, sometimes it's not. Who knows? Nice. Good stuff.
Well, you can't do any better than that. Like, literally.
Yeah, it's very strange. I will say, like, the one thing that really gets me with, especially the story mode. The story mode, I finished watching the rest of Maximilian's LP of it today, and it's just like, yeah, okay, sure. Like, it's just bland. Like, he makes the point of it's C tier. It's just like, yeah, I can see that, and then he points it out. It's kind of like similar to Street Fighter V. Sure, but at least Street Fighter V had some cool moments, like having Urien appear out of nowhere and be part of the game, and like having various other characters just show up, like having Sean just show up and, hey, he's Laura's sister. What do you know? It was like, there were some genuinely interesting moments, whereas like Marvel Infinite story is really kind of bad. Like, there's some like, I think the symbiote that Jetta creates, that's kind of cool. And stuff like the whole Wakanda being attacked by that Monster Hunter monster. I am really disappointed that Black Panther didn't get a lot of time in the story mode. Like, literally, it's just like, who has the time stone? Oh, it's the ruler of Wakanda, Black Panther. He shows up. He looks really cool. He's probably gonna have Wolverine's moveset, the only moveset that I really care about in that fucking game. And it's just, you don't fight him. You don't fight alongside him. Like, it's weird. And like, I don't get it. Like, it's kind of evident that they put a lot of money into this story mode. And again, I'm gonna have to agree with Max. You should have put money. Fuck the story mode. Who cares? Like, sure, yeah, you made a story mode. It's not great. You made it. I guess. Why didn't you put money into putting in new characters? Why didn't you put money into bringing more original characters back? Like, I know you're gonna have to put X-Men in this game eventually, Capcom. Like, you're gonna be dogged by it, by the FGC for the rest of the fucking years to come of this game. And people are gonna be angry about it. Like, I'm still kind of like, I'm not gonna buy the game until the X-Men are in. Cause, it's like, yeah, I like some of the other Marvel characters that are in there, but it's just like, I play Wolverine. That's one of the only characters in Marvel 3 that I'm actually okay with. And in contrary, I'm not even that good with him compared to actual players. But it's just like, what? Why isn't he not in the game? Is it really that? Well, we know what it is. It's the licenses and also making sure that Marvel is happy, because we're now in a new world where if it doesn't make Marvel happy, fuck it, it doesn't matter. If it doesn't, like, if Marvel's IP doesn't feel like it's being properly used, they get all pissy about it. Like, come on. There's some dialogue in that game that's just downright, I don't want to say cringe, because there are a lot cringier things out there in this world. I would say awkward. Awkward is the better word. Like any scene that Frank West is in that story mode, it's just weird, because it's just like everyone else here, except for you, Frank, has something. Like, Mike Hagar, mayor of Metro City, is weird and human, but he can still do things. Plus, he's Mike Hagar, and you're not going to be able to kill Mike Hagar. Because, like, come on. There's a moment where fucking Thanos has Frank West by the throat, ready to snap his neck, and he doesn't. Now, it's a teen-rated game, and Capcom isn't just gonna kill off one of the characters. I wish they would. Just let him die. Please, just fucking kill Dead Rising. Just stop making Dead Rising games. They can't, like, how much money did Dead Rising 3... Hey, he's not even in Dead Rising 3. How much did the last Dead Rising make? I think that's, what, 4? Where it's all Christmas themed and you play as Frank West, and it's kind of a pseudo remake of Dead Rising 1. Like, how much did that make? I just want to know. Like, how much did you make off that game? Because it can't be that much. It can't be more than, like... It can't be anywhere near... Like, maybe you made development cost match, because there's no way that you made that much money on that game. Like, just let it die and build a new franchise. Come up with something new. Fuck, we have two, like, even though the whole zombie train is starting to die out, it's still there. Like, if you're gonna do anything, like, build another State of Decay like, but add something to it that hasn't been done yet. Because the whole, and especially if you can build sort of a Battle Royale-esque thing into it, because that shit's hot right now. Like, just stop. Dead Rising is in the same vein as Saints Row, where the first one was, yeah, it's kind of wacky and it's a little humorous. You can dress Frank up in weird costumes, and he does these random things. And then from there, it just got weirder and weirder. And like Dead Rising 2 added the whole weapon crafting, and then with Dead Rising 3, that was like, hey, it's a full open world, and you get all these cool like attack vehicles and stuff like that. And it's just like, this is going down the exact same path that Saints Row did, except for at least with Saints Row they knew when to quit, and then they made Agents of Mayhem, which is that game is amazingly. I can't believe that game got developed. Especially with how much it steals from other stuff. Like, obviously there's the blatant Overwatchness of it, but then I was looking at videos of it, and it's like, this compared to Warframe. Oh, look, one of the character's ultimate abilities is literally the power 4 of what's his fuck? Mesa. Which is already like a cliche on other stuff. And then there's another character that's just Frost, and he does essentially the same movements, yada yada yada. Fuck it. I don't know. Like, I'm surprised that they kept that franchise alive as much as possible. Like, let it die. Just stop. Stop. It's already dead. You don't have to beat it like a dead horse. But yeah, like, looking at Marvel, and it's just like, combat-wise, it looks okay. Like, I'm not gonna say it's not Marvel, because, well, especially looking at somebody like Dante, it was just like, yep, that's Ultimate Marvel 3 Dante with all of his moves. His supers are the exact same, $1,000,000. The Devil Trigger, I don't know what his level 3 is. I can't remember how many supers Dante has. Apparently they did some stuff to Iron Man. I let my friend Simon, when my friend Simon and I tried the demo out, I was just like, oh, here's Arthur. Here you go, Simon. And he's like, yeah, it's pretty much the same. Yep, they didn't really change anything. Which for Arthur players is, yeah, sure, fine. Like, yeah, I don't get it. Like, and the thing is, I know that they are going to sell us back like Marvel 1's, not Marvel 1, Marvel 3's cast piecemeal. Like, we're going to get, they've already said our characters for DLC are what? It's Venom, Black Widow, Sigma, who else? Winter Soldier, and like another one as well. And it's just like, yeah, no surprises there. Like, out of everybody in there that I'm actually interested in, I want to see how Venom plays. Because just watching salty bet matches of people who mod Venom out to do random bullshit, I'm actually really interested to see what Venom can do, and like what his moveset's gonna be and stuff like that. I also hope that he comes with a whole bunch of cool colors and stuff. Like, they give him, obviously, a red color that kind of looks like Carnage and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. And part of the reason there's this problem is that we have, we have a contemporary to look at. We have Dragon Ball Fighter Z, which, even for me, a guy who doesn't really know anything about Dragon Ball or really know that much about its characters, I'm like, yeah, that looks like a lot of fun. Like, it just looks good. Apparently, it's a lot of fun to play. And like, it's gonna be fun 3-on-3 combat kind of thing. Yeah, no, I think I don't get it. And it's weird that it's just better to get the PC version of Ultimate Marvel 3 and play with it, because it's just the good version at this point, since it's kind of hard to get copies for PS3 and 360. So it's just like, darn it, Capcom, what do you do? I don't know.
The shields are about to go down. Protect it. We've got a pilot down. Gosh, the harvester's getting barraged by mortar titans. Listen up. Look near the edges of your mini-map to find them.
Oh, well, it's just one-on-one. Just there it goes.
The harvester shields are gonna drop if they keep taking damage. Give it some cover.
Oh,
Got some friendly pilots back in action. It's on now. The harvester shield is
come here, you
recharged, guys.
fools.
Do us a favor. Keep it protected. Harvester shields back up to 100%.
Nice. Well, we got that one too.
The harvester shield is taking some hits. Give it some cover. Watch out, team. The shields are down. Protect the harvester. You've got this.
Okay, why don't you guys come this way? Got 89% on smart core, so it should be done soon.
Harvester shields are back online.
Fuck! Eject fast enough. Now, that's one thing I wish you could do, is flying in, I wish you could just, like, eject now, please.
Burnt to a crisp.
Ooh, there was one other thing I wanted to talk about, which is, I think, saw it posted on Twitter, Kojima retweeted it. It's Rockstar posted,
Guys, I think you impressed Davis. Victory! Victory!
a date saying, I think it was like September 28th. Nothing more, just the date, and the color palette is red and black. Nice, 3 waves out of the 5. It was MVP. So hopefully what happens on that date is they do the classic Rockstar thing of just, hey, here's the new game. We're gonna sit here for 20 minutes and do this nice designed showcase of what's going on. Like, the GTA 5 one was great because it's just like, okay, let's explore these characters. What are they like? What can you do in the game? What are the new levels of like customization we've added and stuff like that? And with that one, they also showed off right at the end, like, hey, what's the multiplayer going to be like with, hell, with GTA 5, the multiplayer has been so successful that they haven't even had to make story DLC for the campaign. Because everybody's just like, yeah, the campaign was good story. But that multiplayer, though. Let's make some more stuff for that. To be fair, the multiplayer is actually, it is really good. Like, I'm not gonna tell them it was bad. I would say the story was good. It's a Rockstar story. It's a movie. Like, they are the best at making games that just feel like movies. Like, I was looking at some Let's Plays of LA Noire, and it's just like, man, yeah, I am kind of interested in getting this game, especially with the HD ports coming out. It'll be interesting to see what they're like. Now, it's a lot more, they actually fooled people because LA Noire is like 90% paperwork, and like 10% actual like movie style noir detective stuff of gun battles and whatnot. Like, it's mostly going through paperwork and paying attention to what's going on and interviewing people and telling if they're liars or not.
All right, kids. You ready for thrills, chills, and kills? Must you say that every time? Yes. Why, yes, I must. Good luck, team.
I just noticed that he did that for the first time. Okay, this one. Rockstar is just good at making a story that you want to follow along with, and it just makes a really good, like, movie, I would say. Whereas other stuff is much better, like, this is a game story. Like, I would say the BioShocks are like that, where, yeah, they could be a movie, and you could do stuff with that, but it feels like it's much more, it feels more like it is a game. It's not trying to be a movie. Whereas GTA 5, it's like, yeah, these guys, the devs of Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead and stuff like that, these developers watch a lot of movies, and they want to make essentially a game that feels like a movie. And to their credit, they do that really well. So, yeah, no, I hope that stream or whatever it's going to be is just, hey, here's 20 minutes of what this world is like and what the setup is going to be. Because that's the thing that interests me the most, is that, like, part of the interesting, like, placement of Red Dead is that it's set, like, at the end of the Old West. Like, the Old West is ending, technology is coming in, the world of rebellious, thieving cowboys is coming to a close, because it's just not much of a thing anymore, as it were. So it'll be interesting to see what's the deal with this one. And I'm also interested to know, like, hey, are we going back to Texas again? Like, are we going to just go to pretty much the exact same map? I think that would be awesome. Like, it would literally give people who have played those games before, it's like, oh, I know, like, every inch of this map. I know from Armadillo down to the McFarland Ranch and everything in between. Like, that'd be really interesting. I also have to wonder who you are playing as. Like, are you playing as Marston's son, who you play at the very end of the game? So yeah, no, I think at this point I'm on track to have. Well, when did Red Dead come out, before or after? I want to say it was after. But anyways, from there, I think I've bought every Rockstar game since. Like, I bought Red Dead because I saw all the stuff about it and I wanted, much in the vein of Assassin's Creed 4 being like the best pirate game. Red Dead Redemption was just like, hey, here's a cowboy game. Here's your Old West game that actually does a really good job. And then I think I ended up buying GTA 5 for the multiplayer, to be honest. Like,
Come on, Droz, it was great work. All right, party time. Your Titan is ready. Stand by for Titanfall.
I remember I actually put a decent amount of money into buying those prepaid digital money cards for that. Alright. I think we'll call it here. Oh, good progress. Should get Gen 7 pretty soon. I might also kick it up to see if there are any people playing hard difficulty, because at this point normal is beginning to become, well, pretty boring almost. But anyways, I think I'll call it here. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments below, and I will read them out. I think that'll be a fun use of the time while I'm grinding away at this game.